Action!
How you going, guys? Welcome to monandcorz.explorz.
Yeah.
I'm Corey.
I'm Monique.
We're on our lap of Australia. We're 6 months in. I'm a plumber by trade.
I was doing office admin before we left home.
She's very good at her job. So
Well, I quit my job before we left home, so
I quit my job as well, but then I started my own business for X amount of time, and before things got a little bit more serious, I thought, stuff it, let's go on a trip of Australia, lap of Australia, and see what all the fuss is about. And
so we're gonna let you guys know what we bought that we wish we left at home, what we didn't bring that we wish we had, and then Corey will talk about some car stuff. Which I have no idea about.
We're quite nervous. We haven't really spoke like this in front of a camera before, so be easy on us. We may forget stuff, so don't hold us for it.
Don't hold it against us.
Yeah, if anyone knows me, I do say certain things like that.
He's just saying sayings. He says them wrong all the time.
Yeah. So we are gonna forget stuff. This is just a very simple video, just to help people like us that want to travel Australia, and essentially, be safe about it and do good at it as well. So
we've got some things written down on the phone, so we've got dot points here. So if we look down at the phone, that's because we've just written a few things down. We're also inside the van today because it's pretty windy outside, so we thought it'd be a perfect time to make this video.
Perfect time. So,
what are we going to start with?
I reckon we should start with major headline: do not cheap out. That is our number one thing. Now, there's a few things that we cheaped out on, which we wish we didn't.
We ended up spending more money buying better stuff.
Yeah, essentially, we spent, I think mine and Mon's saying goes, if you buy shit, you buy twice. And essentially,
True.
You do. One thing I can reel off is a solar panel.
That's probably the biggest thing.
Solar is king. Solar
Yeah.
is, if there's one thing traveling Australia, solar. That's all you have to think about is solar.
Yeah.
Because essentially, you save money on, going to caravan parks.
Mm-hmm.
You use solar for everything.
Well, we try and free camp as much as possible. So to have solar, it just means that we can free camp for longer without having to power up. Our first blanket we bought, it was just a cheapie off eBay, wasn't it?
Yeah, super cheap. We didn't know much about it. We were rookies at the time.
We learnt a lot about it pretty quick though.
Nothing was charging at all. So van wasn't the car wasn't charging.
Yeah, so the solar panel, you want to speak about the battery system you have in your car?
Yeah, I'll get to that.
Well, I was just going to say, because the solar panel was basically just to charge up the car if we weren't driving.
Yeah.
Because we have a fridge in the car, or fridge freezer in the car. So if we're not driving, it would chew through the power, especially in the warm weather. It's trying to keep up. So we bought
High-tech world. A lot of people use them. We bought the 350 watt solar blanket. Retail price, they're about $900, and it is worth every penny. Now, I swear, if we didn't have that solar blanket, we'd be in a world of hurt.
Yeah,
absolutely. We love that thing, and iTech World, if you're watching, thank you very much, and we appreciate it. It's a great product. I highly recommend it to anyone.
We'll put a link for it in the description.
Absolutely. Now, second point. We're going to reel off a few things that we, again, don't cheap out on. It's a compressor. Long story short, I had to buy another compressor because the other one stuffed up, and there you go. Shit that up the wall, unfortunately. So compressor is definitely another one. A large dual battery system. Now I've got a full iTech World battery system, DC to DC charger, 275 amps worth of battery, 2000 watt inverter. So just don't cheap out on a dual battery system.
Works well for the fridge freezer. So we run a 95 litre Waco dual zone, so half fridge, half freezer, and yeah, it's great.
Great.
The battery, yeah, works well with that.
Never runs out. And yeah,
With the solar.
Well,
with
it did before.
With the solar blanket.
But yeah, so another major thing would be good quality leveling ramps. Now, Monique is the passenger, and obviously being the passenger has to level the Caravan. Now, I'm the one operating. I have to get the car onto the ramps, the van onto the ramps, and sometimes Monique can't clip on the clips that go onto the leveling ramps.
Yeah, we just bought cheaper. Well, they were $20 each from Aldi. Oh no, it was $20 for the set, I think.
Yeah.
Or $20, I can't remember. But they're from Aldi. Yeah, so what happens is when you reverse or put the van onto the ramps, you put like the chocks in to stop them from moving, and they don't really sit in properly a lot of the time, and when you unhitch the van, it does either move forward or back a little bit. So yeah, it's good to get a good set of them if you don't have a van that automatically does it for you, which we don't.
Yeah, another thing is this is not, this video is for everyone. Don't have to have a van. You can have a rooftop tent. Anyone, but don't hold us against us.
This is our personal experience on what we think.
What we think. And good quality deflator. Now, I have deflated my tyres hundreds of times, and I can guarantee you it is a tedious job. I
learned how to do it as well.
Monique knows how to do it. Get two of them, two good quality ones. That's ideal. A lot quicker.
Yeah.
If you have two. A UHF for safety. A grease gun, grease up your suspension, your hitch, fix all those squeaks and little annoying little noises that you have. Now, for your car suspension and shocks. Now, I definitely do not cheap out on suspension and shocks, and Dobinson really treated me well with all that stuff, and I'm super grateful for them, and they helped me out majorly throughout the years, and they've been great for me.
So we've got how many litres in the car?
60
litre water tank in the car as well. So that just means that we can have extra drinking water. So if we are going remote and staying somewhere, for a couple weeks at a time, we do have that extra 60 litres, as well as we do carry two 10 litre, what would you call it? Like little
plastic jerry cans.
Yeah, plastic jerry cans in the car as well. So it just means that we'll have lots of drinking water, which is good.
Sand pegs, ground dogs, large tent pegs, whatever you want to call them, ideal. In an ideal world, have hundreds of them because you're going to use them. If you know West Side and Western Australia,
and
South Australia, it's very windy, and we learnt the hard way with sometimes having no sand pegs or left sand pegs somewhere else, or pegs have gone and dissipated and into the sand, whatever. Just get good quality sand pegs and tent pegs.
And also so you don't break your equipment.
Exactly right.
So, if it's really windy, your awning might snap. Like ours.
That's on the next video. A few weeks later.
So make sure you have everything bloody pegged down securely.
Absolutely. Also, shade for vans. So Monique got a sort of tough one, because we did find a cheap one, and I know we say cheap's not good, but this one's actually pretty good. What was that? It was just from...
It's just a wall shade cloth that you slide it along your Caravan awning, so it gives you that extra wall of shade. It was just $50. I got it from Woolies.
Woolies, yeah.
Woolies online marketplace for $50. So it was good until we broke our awning.
Pretty much fits all vans, I heard. So
yeah, it's universal.
Yeah.
So just so easy to use. You just slide it in, slide it across, and then peg it down at the bottom. So it's really good. So we only got that recently, though.
Recently.
We should have got it a lot earlier. It would have been so much better because you never know the way you're going to park and what shade you're going to have. So yeah, that's probably a big one for us as well.
Absolutely. And another major one is rock shield for your van. You know, you can get, I think they're all pretty much the same sort of price. They're around about that $250 to about $500 price mark. But for me, the rock shield was 1 for rocks and 2 so I don't hit the toolbox. That's just a safety sort of thing for me, but
just keeps the van looking nicer.
Absolutely. Bin bag. So we don't actually have a bin bag yet. Now, I highly suggest a bin bag. The reason why we can't have a bin bag is because we got our 2 wheels that come down and it just doesn't work for us. So I highly suggest bin bags.
Yeah.
Because we've been stuck some places where we've got so much rubbish, we don't know what to do with it.
We just chuck it in the back of the canopy. It gets a bit stinky.
Yeah, we love our tuna, so.
Yeah, gross.
Caravan dual battery system. So if you're buying a new van or buying a second-hand one, if you're traveling Australia, I highly suggest getting a dual battery for your van. It's for comfort, for pleasure, well, same thing that is, but you can just do a lot with another system in your hands. We've got iTech World in our van, and again, highly suggest it, highly recommend it. I think 275 amps worth of power, and yeah, and basically we've got 750 watts worth of power.
With the Caravan solar panels?
Yeah, with the Caravan solar panels, and we never ever run out of power. There's 2 odd occasions we did, but we believe we ran out because of our calibration on our what's that called? Battery monitor.
The projector battery system.
Yeah. Anderson plug. So with the Anderson plug coming from your car to your Caravan, another red hot tip would be having bigger cables, the more charge you'll get, whereas if you've got small shitty cables, you're going to get no charge. So bigger the cables, just ask your auto sparky, just give us the biggest cables possible, and then you'd be dreaming, you'd be laughing.
Alright, so now we're going to talk about things that we bought. Things that we bought that we could have left at home, that we don't use regularly or don't use enough to have bought it. So number 1 would be for us clothes. So we have a cupboard in our van full of clothes, and then we actually bought an extra suitcase each that lives in the car. So when we left Victoria, it was cold, but it wasn't cold for long, and we pretty much got into warm weather within, what would you say, a month?
We went from like 13, 12 degrees to would have been 30 degrees within a month.
Anyway, so we just bought way too many clothes, and the clothes that we do have for warm weather, we basically wear the same thing like for 3 or 4 days and then change. So like really we could get away with like 3 sets of clothes.
Well, Monique can do 2, I reckon.
And
she wears all the same clothes, but I'll wear all black, so
I basically live in a bather top and
I'll wear all black
and board shorts. So when you're packing your clothes, like, be realistic. I thought I was being realistic, and I did actually cut a lot of clothes before we left, but still way too many clothes.
Yep.
I could send a suitcase home easily. So we bought with us as well it's like what would you call it? it's a 14-in-1 cooking utensil, so like an air fryer, slow cooker, dehydrator, pressurizer, so it's all in the one appliance. And I thought, oh yeah, that's great, we'll use it all the time. I think we've used it maybe 5 or 6 times when we're plugged into mains power, because it does use quite a bit of power. Yeah, we could 100% live without it, because we try and free camp as much as possible, and because it does chew through so much power, we are rarely using it. So that is one thing that I think we could have left at home.
Don't get me wrong, it's a bloody great thing.
Oh, it's a great appliance for at home, because you only have one.
Yep.
But when you're on the road, you're not really going to use stuff like that. You know, you've got your gas, you're cooking on fire. The last thing you really want to be doing is chewing up your power with an appliance like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Weber. Now this is for us. Lots of people do use their Webers, but I think we used it at the start of our trip a couple of times.
We've had the Weber for quite some time now, probably 3 years, and I'm just slowly coming off it. I don't know about anyone else, but I just feel the Weber doesn't get hot enough. And I love cooking hot and fast, and yeah.
Well, we use a pan instead.
Definitely, yeah. All for Adventure pan. One of those fry pans with the glass top.
And the little butane gas cylinders that you chuck in it. So because it is, I don't know, you can cook everything on it, and it's just easier.
Yeah.
Like, it's easier to pull out, put away. It's really quick. Yeah, we preferred it. We use that probably nearly every day.
Every day.
Lots of eggs and bacon, we cook on that. So yeah, Weber, we could have left that at home as well, because we don't use it. And
it's just so big and bulky. Like, it sits about here where I am, to be honest with you, and it just fills the whole space.
Like half the storage space.
Yeah. Stupidly big. Bloody gas bottle. You know, you only need one large gas bottle.
9 kilos.
Only 9 kilos, and that will do you for about 2.5-3 months, and I can guarantee you that's all you'll need.
Yeah.
You'll always go through a big town that has another gas bottle, so even if you just get a small one, we've got a small, I think 3 litre one.
We had it for the Weber.
Had it for the Weber, but that's also ideal when we've actually run out of the 9 kilo one, and we just chuck in the 3 kilo one, and I think it's 2.5.
It's only happened once.
And you know that means you can still have your showers, and
it just frees up a bit more room as well, where you would store that second gas bottle. You can put something else there instead.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's definitely good that we only bought one.
Thank you, Matt. Appreciate it.
Now, Corey's mum, Kerry, did tell me when she looked, because she went travelling, she looked in my utensil drawer and she said, no, you're not going to use it, you're not going to use it, you're not going to use it. And I was like, no, of course I will. No. Minimal utensils. So I'm talking like a pair of tongs, a spoon, you know, just very minimal, something that you can use for multiple things. I've bought like a whole kitchen set of utensils, and they are just wasting space. So I wish I had listened to your mum before we left home. So yeah, that's probably a big one as well, not overpacking on utensils, because really you're doing the dishes daily. You only need, like, we only have a couple of forks, a couple of spoons, but yeah, like I think I've got what do I have in there?
She's got everything. We'll do a little video on what she's got in there.
If you looked in my drawer, you would think like a chef is in this van.
Yeah. So number 3, things that we're glad that we brought. Obviously I've just mentioned the small fry pan from All for Adventure, or I think there's a few places where they do the pan. Unreal, sensational, rate it, great. Another fridge freezer. Now, depending on person or depending on the type of van or type of setup you have, if you've got a big if you have a big fridge in your van, I probably wouldn't recommend it. But if you have a size like us, like just a bar fridge,
Yeah, so the one in our van is 95 litres. Yeah, it's like a bar fridge, and it's got that small little top freezer section. So
yeah,
realistically, we got the second fridge mainly for the freezer.
Yeah.
Because we like to store lots of meats and freeze it and just have that variety of food when we're travelling.
Yeah.
So we've got the 95.
And Cryobacker. Now, ours is broken at the moment, but a Cryobacker is the best.
Keeps your food fresher for longer and also seals it tight so you can fit more in your fridge and freezer.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to do another video on Starlink. So Starlink's been amazing to us. I don't want to do a lot of talking on Starlink, but
we're glad we got Starlink.
Yeah, that is the all-time best. It's good for safety. It's good for just
you're somewhere and you.
I like being somewhat connected in a way. Depending on a person as well. But I do like to stay connected and look at emails and reply to text messages and whatnot. But
TikToks.
Yeah, I'm a bad on the videos, whatever. So yeah, Starlink.
Starlink's
yes.
a big one for us.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Now that we've travelled with it, I don't think we could travel without it.
We'll do another video on Starlink, so we'll tell you all the ups and downs and what we've been through with it as well. Cash is good. Cash is king. Always good to have cash in your car. Passports, if you want to take a little secret little trip to Bali. Keep me posted on that one. Oh yeah,
wetsuits. So even though you think you're going to be in 40-degree weather, the water's going to be warm, it's fine. I found, and I didn't think that we needed them when we left home. Corey packed the wetsuits and I was like, we're probably not going to need them. But when you're out snorkeling or spearfishing for a long period of time, even if the water is warm, you do start to get cold. So wetsuits is a really good thing to have because it just means that you can be out for longer and
a bit more comfort as well.
Yeah, it's nicer.
And good quality fins as well. Monique's had a shitty pair.
Yes.
And I've got a good pair and she's struggling.
I got blisters on my feet, which is making it hard. But
we are going to get her some good pairs. Now, mine's favourite is a small vacuum set. Now, we just got one from Kmart. Nothing too serious. It's just to zip up and down the caravan, get rid of the sand and dirt off your feet.
Especially when you're camping coastal, because every time you're coming in and out of the van, you're on sand, comes back in the van. So just at the start of the day and the end of the day, I just do a quick zip around with the vacuum, and yeah, it's great.
A mat as well for outside, so I'm super glad that I brought the mat. Now, mat, so what is it? So it's mats by design. Great mat. You can easily get all the sand off with a blower. Even just tip it upside down, whatever you want to do. It is a sensational mat. I highly recommend it, and thank you so much. Been the best mat ever. So yeah, we'll put the link on there. He'll appreciate that, and it's a bloody great mat. I know a lot of people haven't, but
yeah, it still looks brand new after 6 months. So it's really good quality. They're made of recycled materials as well, which is good.
Another diesel jerry can, an absolute must. We got stuck. When did we get stuck? Twice.
It was twice. Was it twice? Oh, yeah. It was coming back from Limon into Mataranka. Yep. We had to use a jerry. Yeah, always have a jerry.
Always have another spare jerry of diesel. Absolutely.
We carry 20 litres?
Yeah, just 20 litres, that's all you need. And that 20 litres will give you at least 90 Ks, and that 90 Ks will save you a lot of money.
It's just having that peace of mind as well. There's nothing worse than driving on empty and being stressed that you're going to break down. Yeah.
A small tool bag as well. Now I carry a few tools, a few plumbing tools. I want to do a few caches, whatever. But also good to do some maintenance on your car and caravan. Essential as well.
Alright, so have an idea of where you are going or where you're going to be camping. So we've been in a few situations where we've taken the van down a road, or we've gotten lost, and it's been very stressful, like to the point where we couldn't turn the van around and we thought we'd have to get the chainsaw out and cut some trees down, and it was not good. Like, it is the worst feeling ever when you're that stressed out.
A few pinstripes in your van is not that good as well.
So just have a good idea, maybe do some research the night before. Wiki Camps is really good, so we basically live off Wiki Camps. Because we've got internet all the time with the Starlink, we can jump on there and have a look, see where we want to go to next, read other people's reviews as well. A lot of the time they will have good reviews of how to get to a place, what to do, what not to do. So I would recommend doing that. But yeah, don't just go down a road blind like we have done a couple of times, because it does not end good.
Absolutely.
So that's an important one as well. Another one would be to, when you're planning where you're going, also if you're doing a lap, the direction you're going in, because a lot of places are seasonal. So just make sure you are planning it and booking it while it's open. For example, we did the Gibb River Road, but I know later during the year when it gets to wet season that a lot of the stations and the gorges and that are closed. So it is good to do your research before you leave home and plan it out with the seasons and what's open. Also, a good tip is to know when your school holidays are. So when you start traveling, if you're traveling full time, you often forget what day it is, and every day, like, it doesn't really matter. But it is important to know when the school holidays are, especially if you don't really book things in advance like us. We pretty much are day to day. But when it's school holiday period, you do need to book in advance, because obviously, you know, all the families, everyone that's usually working is out enjoying themselves, and places do book out. So you don't want to be left somewhere stuck or not be able to get into somewhere where you want to see when it is school holiday period, as well as, you know, your long weekends and things like that. So just, yeah, maybe write those down or think about where you're going to be during those times.
Corrugations are rocky terrain. Now, slow right down. It's no fun going fast. I've found out the hard way where I was going 75 to 85 k's an hour, and you just break everything, or people, like, stuff just becomes loose, and it's not good for your van and car. So go as slow as possible. Take your time. Be the old grandpa that you know, everyone zooms past, because at the end of the day, you'll thank me later.
You're on holidays. You're not in a rush.
Not in a rush, and you won't look stupid, because you're the smart one. Mind you, I've done that. I've passed the grandpa and gone, you know, stuff you. But really, who's laughing at me? Probably grandpa going, you know, up the road with his brand new van that's got no damage.
Yeah.
So that's a hot tip as well. With the rocky terrain, we did find out a major tip. I did not know this, and I've been driving 4 drives a long time. But when you're in sharp rocky terrain, if you've got bagged out tyres, I know rocky terrain, you can, you know, it's good to have soft and low pressured tyres. But if you're going, you know, on a road that's got sharp rocks, if you've got bagged out tyres, you've got a really high chance of splitting the sidewalls. Now,
we also did that.
Yeah, I've done that. So again, lesson learned. I had my tyres down a lot because I knew it was such a rocky road. A lot of people told me just have them right down, but at the end of the day, have them a little bit pumped up so your bags aren't exposed to those sharp rocks. And at the end of the day, I blew 2 tyres that exact way.
And when you're remote, tyres aren't cheap. So.
Tyres are not cheap. And also, if your steering wheel is vibrating, it's not a good sign. Slow down. Vibrating steering wheel is vibrating steering wheel. Sorry.
What? What did you just say? I heard that.
Yeah, I got no idea. The vibrating steering wheel is no good. Recovery gear. Now, essential if you're doing long trips. Max tracks. We've got 4 of them all time. We've used them a lot. We've got bogged a lot, and they have helped us a lot. Snap strap, a good quality snap strap. Now, you can have a kinetic one or I think it's called so kinetic one is the one that stretches. I'm pretty sure. Correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, just a good quality one that stretches, because you don't want a snap strap that is just legit. Yeah, it's got no give, because that's where stuff goes wrong and that's where people die. Another one is a winch. Always good to have a good winch, good quality winch. A tow hitch for snatching. Don't use a tow ball, because again, I've been majorly bogged, and a bloke can't be going, mate, I've only got a tow ball. Do you mind doing that? I'm like, nah, don't even dare. I mean, thanks for coming to help, mate, but it's too dangerous. Especially when I'm so exposed and I'm so bogged, and it's no given any rope. There's a give on my rope, but if I didn't have my rope, which I do at all times, but yeah, a tow hitch for snatching. A shovel as well. Yeah, we've used a shovel a fair bit as well. Money.
Yes. So this is a funny one though, because I don't know. When you plan your lap, you have an idea, and you make a budget of what you think you're going to spend. Like, we had an idea in our head, maybe $1,000 a week, but we've found that we, on average, are spending more than that. So it's always good to have more money than what you think you're going to need, just as a safety net as well. When things go wrong, like we had to get a clutch replaced, that was $2,500 on the spot there. We've had other pricey things happen, so it's just good to have that extra money to fall on. And overestimate your budget, because
Absolutely.
That's not going to hurt at all. What's the worst thing that's going to happen? You're going to get home with extra money. So definitely, over budget for your trip.
There's equipment that you need to buy as well. Equipment that you need that you don't think of.
There's a lot of stuff that you will probably end up buying on the road, not realizing that you would have needed it.
You need it. We don't spend money because we want to. We got to spend it because we need to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And our last point would be insurances. So make sure you have your car insured, your van insured. If you've got devices like a drone, we learnt the hard way, and we didn't have the insurance, dropped it in the ocean. That was an extra $1,000 that we had to pay up front to get a new one. Yes.
That was my fault.
So new drone we have insured. Anything like jewelry, insure that if it's important or expensive. I did lose my ring in the sand. I did find it. I did not have insurance, so if I did not find it,
she would have been getting a Kmart ring, 100%.
It is now insured, thank God. But yeah, just insurance is, you're using these things more than what you would on a small holiday. So like your car, your van, your drone, your cameras, you're using them nearly every day, so it's important to have insurance on those items. Even your phone, like we've gone through 2 phones and had to buy a 3rd phone.
Again, me. Yeah.
So
I think I'm the problem here.
So definitely have as much as you can covered under insurance, because if you don't use it, you don't use it, but I can almost guarantee something is going to happen. We hope that our tips have helped you, or will help you plan your lap.
We'll see you on the next video, and I hope you like it, and thanks for enjoying it and subscribing and liking it.
If there's anything else you guys would like to know, planning lap of Australia, or things that have happened to us on the road, or any questions that you guys have, just comment below, and we will reply to all of your questions if there is anything that we haven't covered. We will be doing more videos though, so we'll do a video on our van, our MDC van, the pros and cons. We'll do a video. We're going to do a video on Starlink. What else are we going to do?
Yeah, I think
that's really it for now. But yeah, if there's anything else you guys want to know or have questions about, yeah, just write in the comment section below. Write in the comment section, and yeah, we'll answer all your questions. And don't forget to subscribe.
So always subscribe and like the videos.
And share.
Thanks guys. For myself, Corey and Monique, we thank you as well.